Hey guys, welcome to Stand and Empower. This is Lisette Lee. In today's segment, I have my special guest, Chris Smith. I'm going to let him introduce himself. Thank you for being here today.
Hi, thanks for having me. Hi, I'm Chris Smith, owner operator of Fresh Air in HVAC company in Gilbert, Arizona.
Okay, well, welcome, and tell us a little bit about what got you into that business. Why did you decide to go into that field?
I think what ended up getting me here overall was I've always, liked helping people. I've always liked fixing things, and we live in a desert, and we want it, 74, 75 degrees year round inside. So I had an opportunity to meet an air conditioning contractor years ago, and kind of just liked everything about it, and then from there transition into going to school and learning all about the field.
Yeah. Well, how long have you been doing this?
About 17 years now.
That is a long time. Well, if you're not familiar with our beautiful Arizona weather, it's only like 115 in the summer?
Yeah, right. Today's it's cooling off. It's just going to be barely over 100 today, but yeah.
But that's good because it doesn't keep you back from doing something that you love.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Good. Well, what are some of the challenges that you've had, and how have you overcome them?
So I mean, besides the heat.
Yeah. Besides
the heat. So I mean, I've been doing this for 17 years, and I've done, I started out just running parts and everything, and kind of just kept building on my skill sets to kind of where I'm at now, which is, stepping out to, knowing how to fix air conditioners, to putting more of like my vision and efforts to my community, to help my community, my neighbors, friends, family, things like that, and actually, creating something for me to do, as opposed to just, working for somebody else.
Yeah. What would you say is one of the important character traits to have when owning a business?
Character traits. I mean, it's going to be caring. I mean, and that's kind of what set me on a path of starting my own business, is keeping the relationship from the owner visionary, the ownership of the company to the customers. Where a lot of my field, it's becoming more and more different entities picking up, where you have like private investors, private equity, things like this that are getting more and more into the service business, which at times can separate, the vision of an owner to taking care of customers. It can kind of get some separation in that, and a bigger gap, where I want to fill that gap more and have more of a personal relationship with my customers, more than just, my air conditioning is not working right now.
Yeah. So important nowadays. Especially when you do get companies who unfortunately aren't that caring, don't have integrity, right? Lie to you right in front of your face. Hey, this is what you need. And they're like trying to charge you an arm and a leg for certain services when you don't necessarily need them.
Correct. Correct. Yeah. So we take more of a maintenance approach to it, a whole house approach. We're gonna typically start with basics, right? Do you know how your air conditioner works? Where your filters get changed.
Yeah.
We're gonna take pictures. We're gonna look at the inside of your air conditioner. We're actually gonna go into the attic and crawl all the way back there and open up those components as well, and really just give you an overall picture of how your air conditioning works, and what's needed for it long term, because it is a big investment. It's something you spend, $8, $9, $10, $15, $18,000 on, and you don't get to drive it around and brag it to your friends, right?
True.
So it's just out of sight, out of mind, kind of a thing. So
no, so important, especially with, like you mentioned, you have this unit. It's a big expense.
Yes.
Right? Being able to maintain it, because I think sometimes we forget about these things and why it's so important to take care of them. And knowing that there's trusted people like yourself who can come in and be honest about it and tell you, hey, this is what you need, and educate the clients in what they have.
Correct.
Yeah.
I completely agree. And we do you know, and I've operated other companies too, and I feel like it's a really big responsibility on the contractors, especially like in Arizona, where I feel that my business is a lifeline in Arizona, right? We live in the Sonoran Desert. It's extreme temperatures, you know, where on the East Coast you get, you know, super cold, you know, life-threatening winters. We get that in the opposite in the summertime.
Yeah.
So it's really important, I
Very
feel, right? So I feel like it's important for contractors to make sure that it's not always about the bottom line. It's not always about the money. It's about taking care of that customer, you know, and if I'm at, you know, elderly house, immune compromised houses, and we've got down air conditioning units and they can't afford it, let's say, we figure out a way to get them up and cooling. There's always a way that we can navigate and figure this out, whether it's reaching out to vendors to help out, or just, you know, us taking it and just owning it and taking care of it ourselves.
Yes, it is such an important piece when dealing with people, right? Taking care of customers, because that also builds your business.
Yep.
Would you say that in being a business owner, apart from, you know, taking care of your customers, would you say in being a business owner, that also helps you grow your business when you're able to show your clients that you care, and that actually gives you more referrals along the way?
Yeah, naturally it does. You know, going, you know, quality over quantity, kind of a mindset, right? Taking care of the customer at hand, giving them everything that I can pour into them as a person, right? Because I can't do everything. I'm only one person. I'm only one company, right? There's a lot of air conditionings out there in the valley, right? So doing everything I can in my part to pour into my customers is like a personal relationship, like I would with, you know, you, my family, my friends, you know, someone that's already close to me, you know, treating, you know, complete strangers with the same kind of empathy and care, I feel like helps out a lot.
Yes, absolutely. What advice would you give to somebody who's maybe struggling in their business right now? Maybe they're just starting off and they don't see it move as fast as they would like it to. What would you recommend to them?
I would recommend just staying with it for sure, reaching out to people that are further along than you. I would say taking a deep dive of who you're surrounding yourself with, right? Because you want cheerleaders on your team. You want people to like give it to you straight also, as well as having smarter people around. Like for me, I'm an air conditioning contractor. I know how to fix air conditioners, you know, but where I struggle is maybe more on like the you know, the business side of it, you know. So for me, it's really important to, you know, not only open up to other, you know, industry people, air conditioning people, but as well as business people also to help me like make sure I'm on track, right? And check all these boxes so I can continue on to help my customers and not get in trouble later. So, I mean, it's just building a solid community around you, I feel is super important.
Okay, so write that down. If this is something that would benefit you, remember, look into that community, not just, you know, cheerleaders and family and friends, which is your number one support, by the way, but also looking outside of that, any other businesses that you can approach. And I feel sometimes people get stuck in approaching people and saying, hey, can I learn from you? Because then we get stuck in this mentality of they're trying to steal my business ideas and my concept, when in reality, the best way to look at it is not, oh, they're stealing my ideas or they copied me. No, it's more, hey, I get to inspire somebody to do this.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, it's super huge, and it's rewarding for everyone, right? You know, the people that, and they're not always, and I have people that are not as far along with me in business that help me also. So, you know, that giving and receiving, right? They're giving me, I'm receiving what they're giving me, it's helping me out, so it's benefiting both of us, right? They're really happy that they were able to help me out. I'm really happy that they helped me out, right? Because then it elevates both of us.
Yeah. And one thing that's important with what you're saying is whether you are just starting off in the business or farther along, having that support is important, but knowing that we've never truly arrived, right? We don't have it all together just because there's a business, right?
No, definitely
We're going to make mistakes.
Yes.
But being able to go alongside people who understand what you're going through is just a huge benefit, I think.
I think so as well, yes. Yeah.
Who would you say has been the biggest supporter in your life?
Biggest supporter in my life's gonna be my wife Jessica. She is an amazing individual. She has been encouraging me probably for the last decade, if not more, to step out, to empowering me that, you know, I am worthy to and am capable of being on this sort of kind of playing field, you know,
Yeah.
because I think like a lot of my self-talk and everything stopped me from even getting to this point for so long, because it's like, am I capable of showing up in this realm, you know, in this arena? And the answer is yes, right? And it's so it was so rewarding, you know. We took a chance, we got out there, we created this business, and then it was so interesting because it's like we took probably at least a 75+% pay cut, but everything kept working out. So we knew we were on the right path, right?
Yeah.
The mortgage kept getting paid, the bills kept getting paid, everything kept falling into place as we were walking down this path. Where the other path we were going down, it was, you know, constant, you know, stress of like a lot of different things, right? So we still have that thing, but we're creating it all now.
Yeah. And now you're your own boss.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So you take your time off when you want to take it.
Correct.
And you're able to set your work schedule according to what also fits your family's needs,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Yeah, so there's some
Absolutely.
benefits to being a business owner.
Yeah, and Jessica, she keeps on encouraging me, everything, like even to the day, you know, of different things to elevate
Yeah.
the business and support, you know, where she can. So it's been
That's
amazing.
so important. Yes. And it sounds like you're very open to hearing her feedback, because you could take a different approach, right? You can be like, oh no, I'm doing it this way.
Right.
But no, you're open to that. And that's
Yes.
great, because that's what helps it flourish and grow when you're a team that way.
I agree.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. So if somebody wants to start their own business or maybe change careers and they're really struggling with that transition, because there's that fear component, right? With just even with income, you might take a big pay cut in those instances. What would you recommend to them?
I'd recommend them, I mean, aside by getting a strong support system with them, is reach out to other business owners that they may know, no matter how big or small or what industry they're in. I think it's going to be important to start talking with people that are already doing this, not only as like encouragement, but just as like just resources, knowing that you're not going through this alone.
Yeah, so important, because there are those moments as a business owner where you can feel like, wait, what am I doing?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yes.
So getting some resources is so important, especially with finding that support team.
Yeah.
Well, thank you again for being here today. I really do appreciate your time.
Thanks.
And I have one final question for
Sure.
you. How do you stand and empower?
How I stand in power, my community is I'm an open resource. If anyone were to, you know, reach out, call, text, whatever, with any kind of questions, whether it's HVAC related or not, you know, I'm here as a resource.
Yeah.
I'm part of several other small business communities, and can tap into those communities as well. On the HVAC side of things, you know, I leave it with all of my contacts. If you guys ever have anything HVAC related, whether you're in Arizona or not, if you send me pictures, text messages, whatever, I can also help out with that as much as I can.
Yeah. No, that's great.
Yeah.
It's good that you're available for things like that.
Right.
Well, if you have any questions for Chris, his information will be in the link. So feel free to reach out to him. He is a great resource. And Skylie here was in the way part of the interview, or most of it. But we do hope that you got a lot of information that will help you, whether it's in your career, launching a new business, in your day-to-day. Well, we'll see you next time at Stand and Empower.
Bye. Thank you.